I'm super excited because Chip and Joanna Gaines are back. Well, kind of back. They're actually not back on TV officially yet. They're actually back on Discovery's new Discovery Plus app, which is their new streaming service, whatever, which means they're online on the app. A little backstory on them if you don't know too much, but essentially, like, Chip and Joanna met. Chip was into real estate and renovating houses. Joanna then started developing her design sensibilities and started her own like interior design shop, and then from there she started designing her own house, and then that grew to her designing the houses that Chip was working in, etc., etc. They finally got this show, Fixer Upper, where they would go and renovate houses for other couples. When they first started out, Joanna Gaines, she hasn't gone to interior design school. I think she did her bachelor's in journalism, so she's not an interior designer by study, which has given her a lot of good advantages because she really approached design in a totally different way. A lot of their trademark things are painting exteriors of houses, usually white. They like their industrial windows, black industrial windows. They like their shiplap. They're crazy known for shiplap, for white shiplap, for antiquing things, for antiquing tables, antiquing dressers, any sort of wood element. It got antiqued, and so yeah, so big into antiquing. She also really shied away from putting paintings on walls, is that she liked to put sort of antique things, 3D objects onto the wall. Although I love them and their family, like, I was getting a bit tired of all the antiquing and all the white, and the shiplap fine, but just not everything shiplap. Like, I'm happy to say they're back and that they've done a new house. Now this is Welcome Home episode 1. The couple really liked Scandinavian, mid-century, modern, and high contrast colors, textures, and patterns. So when I saw this house, I was just blown away, like blown away. So here's the kind of design elements board. It's a lot of neutrals kind of, and some woods, grasses, greens, blacks. Overall exterior for this house was described as smoky prairie house, and I think that it's a good description for the whole house. It's kind of a prairie house modern style. It's really kind of cutting edge, but really like neutral overall, but gives you a lot of good impacts and feelings. Here we see the old house and the new one. So they did a very classical fixer-upper thing where they paint it white, give it a gray roof. I mean, I think it's the same roof. Maybe it's a new roof. Anyway, I mean, it looks good. I wish they had kept this tree here in the corner because it looks a little bare with no trees. So that's the only thing. So next we go on to this entry, and I absolutely love this entry. So this was before, I think that they kept the side windows, which is nice to let light in, especially because they went for a solid wood door. But guys, like a black entryway with cloud mural ceiling / upper wall. It's such a unique style, but it's just kind of updated, modern. I died over this cloud wallpaper. I mean, it looks amazing. And one thing I really like too, tying back to this prairie style, is that they do have these massive skies, and so this cloud is really like adds to that gray smoke prairie style thing, and I love it. And this wood paneling, like look at this paneling. They've done a lot of paneling, but it's usually shiplap. This does not look like shiplap. This looks like proper wall paneling, and it is beautifully done, and it's painted black, which usually they go with white, and I love this black. I love the black, and it goes to the gray. So apparently this is wallpaper, and it's gorgeous. I want this. This is really reminding me of when I went to Barcelona, and I was in one of Gaudi's apartment buildings, and he had this beautiful mural up on the ceiling, and it went from the wall to the ceiling, and I absolutely fell in love with it. It was so gorgeous. This is like the same, this cloud. I mean, it's the same but done in a really kind of modern way, and I just, yeah, it feels like an old-timey, you know, Michelangelo on the ceiling. They always have those sky things, but it's so modern because it doesn't have any angels in it, first of all. And it's the black white, so it keeps it kind of neutral, but really adds this surprising touch and detail. And I absolutely adore that wallpaper. And then I love these grasses. They're beautiful, amazing. The floor, I like, they went with a wood floor. I love the wood door. I love the hardware. The only thing I'm a bit confused is how you actually like keep the door. Looks like you'd have to keep the door locked all the time, so I'm not sure how that worked. Yeah, then this mirror, it's not my favorite thing ever. I think it's also a bit, I don't know, a bit small or something. It's kind of hiding behind the grasses, and I don't think it's super practical. So that's the only thing. The table is okay. I don't super love it. Then there are the things on the table, which, I mean, obviously they've just put them there for the photo to help balance it, but I think it's a bit cluttered, and you know, you're going to be coming in with things and wanting a space to put your stuff down, and I don't really see that functionality here in this photo. Okay, so this is her blog. So she's giving like stuff you can buy to achieve this look, and this bookshelf, table, whatever, that's fine. But this mirror, it doesn't look at all like the mirror they have there. I mean, I think this mirror would look good there instead of this antiqued one that they got, but I don't know why. Like, why would you say that's a comparable mirror? It's a totally different feel. Anyway, so I think this is an office. Yeah, office, before and after. I mean, this room's all white, which is kind of boring considering the other rooms. I do like this chandelier thing. I think that's kind of fun. I don't know what's going on with this bookcase. It doesn't look 100% level or lined up. It looks a bit on an angle. I think it's a nice bookshelf. I like that they went with the wood. I like the carpet. I think that's a fun table to have, especially with all the white walls and everything. The chairs look good. I like that. Then this window thing. So actually the window goes into the kitchen, which is a bit weird, but here we have their like trademark industrial window. It's a more classic Joanna Gaines room. Okay, next is the living room. So again, the living room's all white, but it seems to be a bit more of a sand or beige color, not pure white. Okay, off the bat, like obviously they did a good job with the fireplace. Looks a lot better here. You know, it's not a painting, but it is a flatter artwork that's done with plants. So I like that. I like that it's a bit different. These chairs look cool. I like them. They don't look super comfortable, but I think you could sit reasonably well in them. This chandelier. Now, I don't love this chandelier. I think it's interesting. It's definitely more modern. However, it just looks like desk lamps, and it's really high up too. And I don't know, for a living room, like I could kind of see that over a dining room table more than a living room. Don't love that lamp. I also do not like these shelves. Now I know they're trying to go with this modern feel, and this is the way that shelves were in the 60s, and I get that, but I just don't really like this style shelf. I also find these open shelves, I mean, it's nice to see some stuff, but it gets really cluttered and busy. And even now with just her, which I know the family's gonna move in and put more stuff on these shelves, but just her, like, that's not a very attractive wall for me. Like, it's just too much stuff. So I would have preferred, like, in the office, if they'd done an actual bookshelf built in. I think that would have looked better, but I get that they wanted to go with that more modern style. Okay, so here's another view of the living room, and again they've got more of this plant artwork, which I don't mind. I like that. This couch, I like the look of the couch overall. I don't like this bright white. It's just so white. Like, I would have preferred a beige or maybe a blue or something. I just think it kind of stands out. Like, it doesn't go with the rest of the room. It's just too white. Okay, next is the kitchen. So this was the kitchen before. This is the kitchen after. It looks amazing. I absolutely love this room so much. I love, 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 love it. This was really the room that I was like, wow, is that Joanna Gaines designing that? It looks so different. I've seen on HGTV a few times where they have used wood walls or ceilings. Usually what they do is they install wood flooring, and it's usually not even wood, it's usually laminate flooring, which I am not condoning at all, but they usually put flooring on a wall or a ceiling to finish it out. Here, what they've done properly is they've gotten actual paneling that's meant for wall and ceiling. So this looks like oak paneling that they've put up, and it's got that little groove in it, and it just looks so good. It's obviously not shiplap, it's obviously, you know, proper paneling stuff, and it just looks amazing. And yeah, it's just beautiful, and it really creates a much more intimate space. And I just love that not everything's white, and you've got the wood on the floor, you've got the wood on the ceiling, you've got the white walls, but then you've got all these wood pieces, so it really makes the room look so warm and welcoming. I'm obsessed with the ceiling, and also these tiles. These are like skinny white tiles. There's a better picture down here of them, but they just look so great and really modern and fresh, so I love that. She's done this open shelving here, which is very trendy right now, and which I like. And the other part that I like is she's done a little bit of the open shelving, but she still has these big cabinets here to really put most of your stuff in. And I think that's important, is that the open shelving, a couple items look really nice there. However, what tends to happen is that you start putting tons of stuff on the shelves, like's happened here, and they just become way too overcrowded and busy. And already, you know, she has quite a bit of stuff on there, and so I think it'll start to look messy, which is why I like that she's limited that. And although that's really on trend and is really popular right now, so it's good to have a touch of that, but still have these cabinets so you can put most of your stuff in there and try to keep this area as clean as possible. I love these bar stools. They look really, really nice, a really good shape to them. They look a little short for this countertop. Like, that's a big amount of space between the seat and the counter, which is, it's nice to have room for the person, but you also don't want to be like eating dinner up here. So yeah, that's my only concern, is that it might be a little bit too low for that countertop. I like these lights. So these are nice because a lot of times now you've got kind of the open industrial look with the bulb, and just don't want to see the bulb. So this is a great way, and I love that they've done it, you know, obviously they're throwing back to the modern style, and these are very much modern lights, so it works with the style. Also, these cabinets, I love the green. I love that they didn't go with white. Like it's really nice to have that secondary color. So then you have this oven with the window to the office, which from all the oils and yeah, splatters from that stove, that window isn't gonna look good. And then there's that hatch right there, and if you burn something, like, it's just gonna go into that office room. So I understand they wanted the light, but maybe put the sink there or something and move the oven somewhere else so that it wasn't like right in that window, because that's gonna get gross. And then there's this nice little dining nook, breakfast nook thing that I love, and that, you know, it's really intimate. They have this chandelier, which is nice. They have a painting, an actual painting. So this painting is obviously an impressionist landscape, so it's really nice because it brings that impressionism, but it's obviously a modern version, and it's probably a print. So it really, again, is something that has an old history, but it's done in a modern way. And that's really what I feel this house overall is done in. This older style has things that go back that are very classical elements, but then done in a very modern, up-to-date way, which is beautiful. It's a great job. So this table looks like it's a square oak table. It looks great. I love having this square because it's intimate, and I love this banquette. Looks like it's a leather thing, which is good for having kids on and people they can kind of cram in there, and it's just a nice spot to sit. Love this corner. Love these chairs too. I love that they're black, gives it a bit of contrast. I would give this area a 10 out of 10. It's one of the best Joanna Gaines designs that I've ever seen, and I love it. Love, love, love it. Okay, next is the bedroom. So this was it originally, and this is it now. I love this wood paneling thing that they've done again. Like, these details are amazing. Which is why I think they got a new carpenter, because honestly, I have never seen this level of woodwork detail from them. So I love that the door blends into the wall. I think it's really fun to have this accent wall headboard thing. I don't mind that it cuts off there. I think it looks good. I think it's nice with these tables, and these lamps are beautiful. The rug's nice. It itself is okay. It's velvet plush. It's not my favorite thing. This too, it's nice. I like these I love this alarm clock detail. This mirror also, so vintage, but they've really updated it and made it work, and I like it. So now the bathroom. So this was originally the bathroom, and this is what it looks like now. Which, okay, overall, I love this bathroom. However, this tub, like, I understand that's where the tub was, but I don't really get why it's between the two vanities. I mean, can you imagine having a bath there and just, I don't know, being sandwiched between the vanities, and you're like bathing and your husband's like brushing his teeth, looking at you in the bath. I'm not a bath person, so I generally don't get it, and I don't love they have this really beautiful bathtub, but you can't really see the lines of the bathtub when it's sandwiched between those two vanities. So I'm not the biggest fan of that. I think the vanities are nice. I like that they have lots of drawers for storage. I love these tiles, this back tile. I love this gray green color, this dark color, which I wanted more of in like the office and the other rooms. And so here we really get it on the ceiling, on the back wall, and it really adds that pop, and it's nice to have this tile accent that's a bit lighter, and then these darker walls and this white floor. So overall it looks beautiful. And I love these sconces either side of the mirrors. I love the mirrors. I think that look is super classic and just beautiful. The floor looks good too. The shower, I love the tile. I love this color tile. I love the green. I love this seat and the alcove. It just makes it really practical and useful. I think this is last but not least is the laundry room. We just have a little peek into it, and I love this wallpaper. I think it's so cute with the dog, and it's just fun, and I like that they went for something a bit darker here. It looks good, and that's it. So I want to thank you for coming along. I hope you enjoyed it. Overall, this house was beautiful. The kitchen eating area, I loved that so much. The bedroom was nice, the bathroom was nice, the living room and the office they were okay. Not my favorite. That entryway though, so good. Beautiful looks in this house, and I'm really amazed by it, and I'm so glad to see her come back with such a strong house and just such a different and unique look. And thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this house. I really enjoyed looking at it, and it's going down as one of my top favorite places that Joe has done.